Good evening, everyone. This is June the 8th of 2022 at 6 p.m. Central Time. My name is Lionel Hopkins. I like to, before I even get started with our story about me and my family, I had made previous videos talking a little bit about our discussion about our family, what we have been through. Um, we really, to be real honest, we're not here to cause any problems for no one, but we do feel like our story should, we feel like our story should be heard and told for what it really is. Because, no disrespect to no families out there that have lost their loved ones. Our condolences go out to you all. We just hope and pray that everybody out there be safe, because there's a lot of things going on out there, but uh, we feel like that we should be able to tell our story because we are protected under the First Amendment, and I know that we have to show respect and keep some things confidential. I'm try to do my best to be much professional, because it is certain parts that is gonna be personal and it will hurt. So you may see me may take it hard because for what was done for us, what was done to us over the 12 years of me and my wife being together, and the 18 years of us being separate, apart from each other. So I know I'm saying it backwards, but it's just a simple fact is I'm just being straight up honest. It's not a host. We wasn't paid to do this at all. It's just being straight up honest. And like I said again, we ain't trying to be disrespectful towards nobody. It's just that we just feel like that our story need to be heard because we never been compensated. Um, we have been humiliated and so much more. So I hope and pray that this video um, will let you guys know exactly how we feel and what we've been through, and especially our children. We just want everybody to understand. Please have patience with me as I go through this. I may not have all the dates accurate, but I do have the years accurate. So please be patient with me. And for those individuals out there that did what they did, look, no disrespect to y'all at all. As we pray for our family, we're gonna pray for y'all too. Cause it's not ain't no grudge here. We just don't understand why y'all did what y'all did to us, cause we wasn't doing nothing wrong. So let's begin. Like I said earlier, my name is Lionel Hopkins. And I'm 39 years old. I am a natural born United States citizen all my whole entire life. I have not been nowhere outside of the country. I've been trying my best as growing up as a little young man, um, to make my positive impact in my life and other lives. Um, like I said again, I'm not perfect at all. I don't want to act like I'm perfect. It's just that my goal was, growing up, because I didn't have my biological father in my life. And I had my mother, but she was barely there. But the main thing is, like I said again, I'm not here to disgrace my parents at all. I was mostly raised by my grandmother and my uncles that I called my big brothers. So I went through a rough life as a child growing up. I've been in the system, and I had bad experience with the system as a little kid. You know, um, I had my ups and downs, like anybody else had their ups and downs as a child. But even though that being said, over the years I grew up. I developed my life, having a positive and a strict grandmother, along with uncles and aunties that have supported and helped my grandmother raise me. Even though I had my mother there too as well, in and out, here and there. But the bottom line is this, it grew me up to the man I am today. But it did not get me prepared for the things that was to come and what happened to us now. So, like I said again, after I got older, I went to accounting. I was in my early 21, I was early in my 20s. I went up to accounting with a family member. He was already living up there, and my first experience was right off the bat. Everything started off seemed like smoothly, and when I got up there, somehow something happened. I got kicked out. and I was homeless. I didn't have no money. I didn't have nowhere to go. Um, I went, it was pouring out rain. I was sleeping out in the rain. It was a bowling alley up there in the town that I was staying at. I had slept behind a generator, and I was getting poured down rain. And like that next day, people found out about me being out there homeless, sleeping behind a generator, trying to stay warm and everything and stuff like that. And the church provided to give me a bus ticket to go back home where my grandmother at before she passed away. Um, so I went back. I went back home with my grandmother. Uh, my grandmother, she was talking to me. Um, during the time she was talking to me, she was trying to give me a little advice. Cause I mean I was young. I was young. I really wasn't right in the right mind. The only thing I thought about was this and that as a youngster, especially in your early 20s. Um, so I didn't tell I just didn't want to hear what anybody had to say during the time. And so I came back up here, back up to this county, back up to this town. I came back up here, thought I was gonna be big shot. I came back up here to this county, back to another town that's in the same county, and I got a job. And I was working at the job for a while, and I met I met this young lady, you know, and we became, well, how you have your brothers and sisters. We started out with brothers and sisters, and we started it off. We really didn't have no relationship or nothing, but then we end up about to start in a relationship, and when we started a relationship, everybody started warning me. Hey, look, man, you don't want to get involved in that. You don't want to mess with her, man. That family, man. That family is this. That family is that. You don't want to talk to this family, man. It's gonna cause you a lot of problems, man. You just need to leave her alone. And I told him, I said, look, man, you can't tell me what to do. If I feel for her, she feel for me. That's how it goes. And how I looked at everything. But less did I know, because you got to remember, I wasn't from up there. I'm from a different county. And me not listening to everyone, and they trying to warn me for what was about to come. So then after that, about a couple months later, I'm close about the year, about a year or two later, a little bit after it, we started getting in a serious relationship, and then after that we got married, and everything started off smooth, we had little, here and there, events with her parents, especially her mother. Her mother did not approve of us being together. She accused me of a lot of things. I kept her daughter from achieving her goals in life and going to college and blah blah this. When in reality, that was her daughter's choice. I didn't have nothing to do with that. That was her daughter's choice. Her daughter wanted to have a life and have a family. And so as that went on, dealing with that issue, um, not really knowing that her mom was no disrespect, was kind of support a certain group, um, and also being racist in a sense of form. You know, uh, I just thought about me and her. Because my ex-wife, she wasn't like that. She didn't act like that way. So, so as we proceed with our relationship, we had issues, problems just coming in and out of our life. People jumping in our relationship, trying to destroy it, trying to cause problems, all kinds of stuff. And and for a while we was fighting strong together. We was like two strong pairs. But things happen. Things happen. So eventually, over the period of time, um, you know, you know, our relationship was strong, and then it started to get weak. Her mother started getting to her, started putting thoughts in her head. Then other individuals that was on the outside was starting talking to her as well, and then that's when all this stuff started with me and my ex-wife. And then it's just that everything started to escalate, and to my wife started hiding secrets and started doing things behind my back that I did not know. My father came when he came to visit us and stayed with us for a little while. Um, it was just crazy. He was like, son, listen, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. Keep in mind, me and my father, we really didn't have a real strong relationship at all because, like I said again, I grew up without him, and and I was somewhat know that I can't make up. Me and him could make up for the past, but he could be there for his grandbabies. That's one thing I don't do. I don't rip anyone from their grandchildren. Not like that because I'm not that type of person, you know. But still, it came to the point it caused a problem between me and my father. My father left, and it just get chaotic. And and come to find out, my wife was actually cheating on me, and she ran away with my children for 2 years. Um, she did her thing. Um, I was still giving her money. Keep in mind, we were still married while she was with her friend, and we were still married. So she was in in the same state, but in a different city, town, however you want to put it. And they were just her and him was just living their life, and I was sending her money. I didn't I didn't really take it in, soak it in until one day her mother just told me, flat out, told me, hey, look, you just leave them alone. Just leave them alone because they're happy. You know, um, they're happy. Just let them be. And I explained to her mother. I said, look, I said, ma'am, I ain't trying to be disrespectful. If someone came and told you to turn your back on your children, would you do it? She didn't give me no comment. And I mean, I ain't trying to be disrespectful towards no one. I'm just being straight up honest. I feel like don't tell somebody something that you're not going to follow yourself. That's how I look at it. And that's no disrespect to no one. But even though all this stuff went on the way it went for 2 years, um, when my ex-wife decided to come back down, she was still married to him. We still married. I mean, we was like still a couple. We was still married. And she came back down um, after all the stuff I was going through, the bigger back and forth, being homeless and stuff like that, sleeping in a truck and stuff like that. Like I said again, I was going through a lot before my ex-wife left, and then when she came back, I'm telling you, it was rough. It was rough sleeping in a car, and I'm telling you, it was rough. And paying for 2 car notes and sending money through MoneyGram, whatever you want to call. I was sending money through Walmart. It got rough, but I did what I could. I did what I had to do for my children. And I thought that doing this, I wasn't trying to get brownie points, but it would show that I was a loving father, that I care about my children. But less did I know that all this came and backfired on me. Because when I got my first attorney, I was advised to go to this attorney because everybody told me that he was a good attorney. He was a father. He was a father itself, so he understands exactly where I'm coming from, and so much more. So as everything was going on, you know, I went to him, and I was hoping, praying that I would get to see my kids. He took my case like any other lawyer. He took my case, looked my case over. He said, "Hey, you got a good case." He's like, I was happy. He was like, "You got a case." He said, and he said, "What would you like? Like, what you like me to do?" And I said, "Sir, that's the only thing I would like to do is just see my children, man. That's the only thing I want to do." And well, no disrespect to you, I advise you to go ahead and do the full divorce because it's best in your interest. I said, okay, sir, whatever you say. Only thing I really focus on is being in my children's life because that's something that I was robbed out of when I was a little kid, and that was my father. And that relationship and that bond, that's something that I did not want to happen with my children because when my children was taken from me, they was young, they was babies when they was taken. And but I'm not trying to hold no grudge or put nobody on the burner. But I'm just being straight up honest. And I know a lot of people, y'all may say, well, many parents, many fathers go through this. Yeah, that is true. Many fathers, mothers go through this on a daily basis. I understand that. but that don't mean that it's right. No, that's not right and that's not fair. For to put children through that time of turmoil, that's not fair and right for the children either. But anyway, but the bottom line is that, as this case was going on, I was made to believe that he was there for me. And then when we had our first case, and that was in 2012, we had our first case. They had to postpone it for a month. They had to postpone it for a month because they had to give my ex-wife enough time to get her own attorney. But when she got her attorney, I did not know that my attorney and her attorney was acquainted. They was best friends. I did not know that. And so as they was working on the case, the month after, in 2012, after they did our case, we went to court the next month over. We had a judge, and we was talking, and then after we was talking to the judge, but keep in mind that if I didn't say it before, when he walked into the courtroom, he saw who my ex-wife was. His whole attitude with my case changed to the worst. And so, after we went to the judge, we agreed on, I'll, pay a little payment to help her out with the children, and then on the other side of that, on the flip side of that, I would get the kids on a certain time. Well, my first visit with the children started on my son's birthday, and they didn't realize that, and so they asked me what location that I wanted to pick to start my visitation at. I picked the police station because I felt like that was a more respectful, mutual ground. Nothing could be said, on my end or her end. I thought it would be a legitimate spot, but at the same time, I didn't think that I would be played. So, as I was going to the police station, I was going there every day at the right time, respectful time. My first visit was my son's birthday. That's why I went there. I was waiting to see my son. And wrong, I didn't get to see my son on my first day. But I was still made to go in a hand, pay the money in the courtroom at the courthouse at a city county clerk. I was made to pay the money to the city county clerk. But keep in mind, it wasn't court ordered. It was just agreement that we had to do to see how we can work with each other, based on the children. So as this went on for a little while, things did not pan out like it's supposed to be. So then after that, I have contacted my lawyer. I've talked to my lawyer, and I said, "Hey, look, she's not here. She's not here. She's not here." And they said, "Well, just give her a couple minutes. Give her a couple minutes, and just give us a call back." And I did that, and they said, "Well, just don't worry about it. We'll just jot it down, and just write it down in your own books and keep it for your own records." And I said, "Okay." I'm like, "But you guys told me, that this and this and that. This is my attorney office." And so as it was going on, so then I started to get in the rut where, like I said again, I was barely even making it because, like I said, I barely have any money because I was giving them money and I was doing this, I was doing that, and I'm not trying to make excuses for myself. It was very hard for me, but for me being who I am, they didn't care about that. So here it is. For her being Caucasian and me being African American, everybody already know how that worked out. I'm sorry to say that. So then as that will progress, like I said, in 2013, this went on for a while. The 2013 came around. Then this is when they came up. They went to court. my lawyer did not keep me following what was going on. And in 2013, uh, he served me a legal document stating that on the behalf of the courthouse by the same judge that they penalized me because they penalized me. And we went through a mediator. We went to the first mediator, and my ex-wife lied on the mediator, even though he tried to explain to us that we need to work together for the children. And she went there to the mediator, and she just played it like she was the victim. And when it wasn't like that. But she played it like she was the victim. And as like everything else, like I said again, everything fell in her favor. So I was like, you know what? I was like, Lord, just please get me through this. I asked the Lord to please help me get through this. Like I said again, backtrack. Sorry getting off, but he, as my attorney, gave me the document in January of that year of 2013. In January 13th. January 13th of 2013. Sorry about that. But like I said again, I'm trying to be much accurate that I can. After a couple days later, he gave me a document stating from the judge that I have to pay a back ridge along with child support. And keep in mind, it wasn't court order then. It wasn't court order at all. It was just agreement. That was it. And she had sole custody over the children and everything. So pretty much gave everything. They pretty much gave everything to her and ignored the simple fact. That's how it was with me. Even though she the one did all the wrong, she did everything, but I'm the one that got the backdraft. I gave him the thing, show him that I gave her money, everything. I was paying for the cost. I was doing everything, and I'm the one that got the backdraft while she got away with everything. And she's the one that committed adultery. She got away with it all. So as this went on, they started taking the money out of my paycheck because it was court order. They sent it to my boss. I've been there for a while. They started taking money out of my paycheck, and they would send it to her in the mail. It was going to Springfield, Illinois. And as the money was going to Springfield, to child support agency, to be trying to dispute it to her, it went on and on and on. And so as everything was going, it just, I still didn't get to see the kids. Later on, like I said again, I was struggling real bad. It was hurting because I was giving her money. The lawyer secretary told me this is something I had to deal with for the next 18 years. That's her and all the stuff that was going on. She even told me that, that she got it hard and stuff like that. And I told my lawyer secretary like that. I said, no disrespect to you, ma'am. I said, you cannot compare me with you, because no offense to you, because you have your two children with you, and I don't have my two children. Okay, I said, please don't and plus also you're a lady and I'm a male, and especially our skin tone, because you're Caucasian, I'm an African American. Please don't judge, don't compare us together. I'm sorry, I ain't trying to be disrespectful at all, but and it just hit me with that. Like I said again, I was going through a lot of things, and I have lost a lot of things, and it hurt it so bad. And I know there's some people out there that may went through some things worse than me, and or may went through some similar things like me. But the thing is, like I said again, everything I have said before, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being straight up honest. This stuff started. It's crazy, and what makes it so bad is as everything was going on, my case was going on. I gave the lawyer, like I said, I was giving the lawyer letters, asking the lawyer, look, please, sir, I'm not saying that I want to sign this document. I'm not like this, but I didn't have a chance to even go in front of a judge. He robbed my right even go in front of a judge and plead my case. He did it all. He didn't never let me go see a judge, not once. He didn't let me even talk to the judge. He did it all, and he didn't keep me informed. And so, as all this was going on, like I said, again, I sent him a letter, a letter, and saying, "Look, sir, I'm not trying to be disrespectful towards you, but if you're not going to represent me right, please let me know so I can go find me a different attorney." That's because I said I feel like my case is not being done right, and I feel like this being biased, and so much more, and I feel like my rights is not being met, and I just feel like that I need to find me a new attorney. Well, he didn't respond to me. He didn't do nothing. He proceeded that, and like I said again, that was it. Later on, that I come to find out that my right was in reserve. But the one thing that but my lawyer did know that I had a disability. So yes, I do have a disability. I had it my whole entire life, but I did not, but my lawyer knew that. He knew that I had a disability because I had learned disability, and so for that being said, it just I just don't understand why someone could take advantage of someone that have disabilities. But it's the way of life. You just gotta accept it. Uh, but anyways, but as this went on, after my case was done the way it was done, he stopped being a divorce lawyer for a quite little while, and then he started doing whatever he was doing, and and the lawyer that was representing my ex-wife, she moved where he was at in his area. But keep in mind, if I didn't told y'all earlier that they was using because it was two cases going on at the same time, and that was my case and also my brother case. But because my brother case was going through a government agency that y'all familiar with, but I'm not gonna say their names. But they was going after him, and when they was going after him, he was proven innocent, and they still got him to be guilty through the court of law, even though all the evidence shows that he was innocent. They ruined my brother's life. After this case was done, my ex-wife lawyer got a copy of that case and brought it into my case, and that was another reason why my ex-wife won that case on 2013 in January, and because they also used my brother case as well in my case. So now you see what I'm talking about. So I mean, yeah, they were making up false allegations and everything. When I actually really got my files from my lawyer, when I was able to pay him fully off, I seen all the side notes where they were making all the false allegations and all kinds of stuff they were making towards me. And like I said again, while that case was going on, people was attacking my cars, slicing my tires. We was living in one town in a different county, and we had a professional come look at my tires. They said my tires was sliced by a professional. I mean, they were slicing my tires on my cars and everything. I mean, they were doing all kind of crazy stuff to my vehicles. And while this case was going on until it ended. And so as this was going on, as it was all going on, and I was going through all this stuff, I had my first thing I had was collapsed lung. Due to all this, I had a collapsed lung, and then after I had my collapsed lung, then I had my heart surgery. I had my heart surgery, and then after that, then now it's my lower back now. Like the doctor said, I could be paralyzed for the rest of my life. So like I said again, I've been through a lot, and it's just that dealing with all this stuff, and so as all this stuff was going on and my health was dropping, I had met somebody, we moved, and I moved on with my life with this new lady. We got married. We started to move on with our life. And then all of a sudden, when they found out about that, my ex-wife found out about that, that's when the problems started to happen. And then things started to escalate. They started picking with my new wife. They started intimidating, telling her to go, she needs to go back where she came from. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff started to happen. And it started off with handwritten notes, threats, and so much more. Well, we had to go to my wife went to a women's center, but they have a home for families. So we had to go to a women's center for protection with families, and we had to go there. And we stayed there for a good while before the women's center was shut down. And then a government agency took over, and they pretty much treat us like crap and kicked us out in the freezing cold with our children. You know, we had 2 children, and it was bad. But as that was going on, you know, we were struggling. We was homeless. Like I said again, people was kicking us out. Me and my new wife, they was kicking us out. Like I said again, we was struggling so bad, trying to keep a roof over our head and our 2 children's head because they was babies, and so we was just going through all. We was just going through it, doing our best. You know, homeless shelters was treating us wrong and doing us dirty, and I mean all kinds of stuff. But we're not gonna say their names for security purpose. But they was doing a lot of stuff to us, and it kept on escalating and kept on escalating, kept on going through some stuff, but not as bad when it came around about 2018, somewhere around in there. It started to really start rocking and start getting real bad. You know, that's when they start breaking into our house. That's when I started a new case with my new lawyer, well, my former lawyer. She took my case because they said she was a good lawyer. She was only about the kids. We got her, and then that's when everything started. And it went down here from there. We started getting attacked. My wife started, you know, people started calling up at my job, threatening me, talking about, you know, your fucking wife is dead. You ain't gonna see her no more. I mean, they was threatening me. They was calling at my job, threatening me and stuff, talking about, you know, we're gonna hurt your family. We're gonna do this, do that. I mean, they would harass me at my job and everything. They would send us messages through Facebook, harassing us, threatening us, all kinds of stuff through what's called. My wife would have the vehicle. She have our children in the car. They would drive. She be driving, going to come and see me or whatever, and they would try to run off the road, throw stuff at our car. I mean, you know, run into the car and everything. They was doing all kind of crazy stuff to try to intimidate my family. And all it was about is that they was like, you know, they was telling me that, oh, you better not say this about your ex-wife. You better not incriminate her. You better not do all this stuff. I mean, they did everything, and I mean, they broke in our house a couple of times, and put their hands on both our, you know, me and my new wife children. One, our younger son, they intimidated them so dang bad by breaking in the house so much and scaring them so much, and letting them watch them put their hands on their mama. I mean, it was bad. They wrote all over my wife's body. They called all kinds out of her name. They bit all over her chest. They penetrated in her. They tied a black folk collar around her neck. They did all kind of crazy stuff. And we had a high security too. And I'm not gonna say the security company name. We had 2 of them, and they said they got the signal, but the PD department didn't get it. But later on, we found out the PD department was working with them. Yeah, we found out the police department, local PD, and county PD was working with them all along. And that's when we started finding out government officials and all that stuff was working with them. It was like a torture. High government official, high legal official working with them, and it was like torture. And no matter where we go, no matter who we talk to, it was like we couldn't talk to nobody because they was literally was unstoppable. They ain't even told us we control your life. Ain't nothing you can do. That's how they was talking. If you go to social media or whatever, about any of this, your family is dead. You know, and that's how Plum Blaine is. And they'll tell us how they would get it done. They would do it. I would take it to my attorney during the time, and she would look at it. She had foreknowledge of all this before they even did the attack. And they knew my work schedule because somebody I was working with was giving out my schedule, and I told my boss about it, and he didn't do nothing about it. So, like I said again, it was just torture. You know, I say, you know, and this way before Trayvon Martin and all of them. No disrespect to their families at all. None of them. No disrespect to all of them. No disrespect. And they just, like I said again, they just did it. And that's why I said, when I see Trayvon Martin and all of them and their story being talked about and things like that, I'm like, what about us? We was way before them. We was hurt before them. And they doing whatever they can to stop us from going to social media and talk about our story. And like I said again, people have reached out to the high government officials try to speak on our behalf, try to get donations so much more for us, try to get donations for us and everything like this, but they get shut down. Like I said, it's a bunch of high officials that was involved in this when all this stuff happened, and that's what I'm talking about. And just we are tired. We have not been compensated. We have not, we have not been, apologized to. As all this stuff was going on, I know some of y'all are familiar with Channel 3 News when they had that thing going on about that child adoption down this way. When they had that family on the news, it was going nationwide, global, how you want to say it. We was the family that we was innocent, and it was proven that we was innocent. And we was proven innocent on the first night. We went to the police station. When it was brought to our attention, we went straight to the police station. And it's something that people don't know. We went straight to the police station. And we took our driver's license. We took our car. We took everything. We went to the police station. They ran our license plates. They ran our driver's license. They did all the procedures and all the standard things. And they did everything. And we came back clean. We wasn't the suspects at all. But due to the situation, the police officer told us that there wasn't nothing they could do, because as long as they weren't making direct threats towards us or whatever, they could not do nothing. The only thing we can do is since we are all protected under the First Amendment, we just have to go back on there and respond back to them. And I said, no, we're not. I told my wife like this. I said, no, we're not going to do that, because if we did that, then that means we could cause problems. Then they could say that we provoked them. And so we didn't do it. People was threatening to put bullets in our head. Putting bullets in our head. They target our car. They knocked the mirror off. They threw stuff at our car. I mean, they were slurring us. We had police harassing us and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was bad. It was like so bad. I mean, our children would be in the car with us. My wife would go to the store, and people would just harass us. And then come to find out, a different town in the same county, the chief stepped up and spoke. And Channel 3 News covered our story. They wouldn't cover our story. They said they would never cover our story if we wasn't proven innocent, but we was proven innocent. And that's why they cover our story. Other than that, they would never cover our story. So yeah, we was innocent. But our life was destroyed and marked for the rest of our lives because of this. So, like I said again, people may not put two together, but yeah, that was part of it. That was part of why my case was still going on. Trying to get to see my children. So I mean, like I said again, then later on I come to find out after my ex-wife got full control over my rights, and her and her husband, they got full rights over my children through blackmail. Like I said again, they told me that if I didn't give up my rights, they would kill my family, and they got away with it. My lawyer, she just told me to give up my rights for the safety of my family, and I'm like, why? I didn't do nothing wrong. Why? I ain't did nothing wrong, so why they can get away with it? And later on, I come to find out through the grapevine, and still today, we're still going through a lot of things today. Like I said again, they took my driver's license. They stole money out of our bank account. They stole our children's money. I mean, still today, they stealing our stuff. They stole our identity. And we have people who gave our personal information. They sold our personal information just to get something out of it. So like I said again, we have been through a lot. This state, county, whatever you want to call, they did a lot of damage. Like I said again, we have people reaching out to high government officials on our behalf, and they didn't care. They shut the door in our face. Even if some of them did their own investigation, they did their own investigation. It came up with the same stuff that happened to her, and they blew it off. They didn't care. So that's why I said we was way before Trayvon and all of them. We way before all of them. And maybe some people way before us too, or during through our time. But like I said again, ain't nobody should die, and I don't care if it's us or anybody else. No one should have to go through what we have been through. I mean, we've been through a lot, and I know this is not the respectful, proper way to go through it. By saying it through the video, that's why I'm trying to be careful. What I'm saying through this video is because Like I said again, it was a lot of high government and legal officials and many more that was involved in this. But I did not find out that I did not know that my ex-wife husband was part of a brotherhood. I did not know that. And I did not know that he used that brotherhood to his advantage to get away with a lot of criminal activity. I did not know that. And and that's how he got away with everything. And that's why he got my rights today. And what's so bad about it, there was numerous occasions that he bragged to me, talking about, hey, how you like this? How you like I got away with doing this to your wife? I mean, he bragged about it. I mean, he bragged about all the other stuff he got away with. And I just don't understand how they can allow a man and allow individuals like that to break the law and get away with it. I don't understand that. So this is my thing like this to all the high government officials that was involved in, along with legal officials and all the government officials, programs, and much more. This is why I got to reach out to you guys and tell you like this. I don't know why you guys allowed him to get away with that. To the lawyers that was involved in this, I don't know why you guys anticipated and allowed these people to get away with this crime. Along with y'all allowed them to not only bring this country involved in this, but y'all also allowed them to bring 4 other countries involved in this, and along with a bunch of other things. I mean, so it's not like we got attacked by one country. We got attacked by 5 countries, along with 5 brotherhoods, and much more. And like I said again, I'm not allowed the liberty to say their names, but I'm telling you, this is accurate. This is not making this up. We got hurt for no reason, and it's not right. It's not right for someone to use a system and to their advantage like that. The law is the law, and I don't understand how people can get away with that. It doesn't matter what gender or what your skin tone is. No one should get away with stuff like that. I'm sorry. They ruin our lives. So I know a lot of people will say, man, you fall in category like many other people's. Well, no, I don't. Because their story is different from mine. Their story is about their family, not mine. And like I said again, we never been compensated. Like I said again, for me and my new wife separately, 18 years for each one of us, or 12 years with us together. And our children was, when they was first in my wife's womb, all the way up to their ages now. They've been attacked. And then what makes it so bad is, even after all this stuff was done, I was promised that they would leave us alone after I signed on my rights through blackmail through my lawyer, and also my ex-wife lawyer. During the time, they would stop. But they didn't stop. They still picking with us today. Right today, they're still picking with us and still getting away with it. And I don't understand that. Now, we gave them what they wanted. Now they're still picking with us. Now, what the government is going to do about this? What y'all going to do to put a stop to this? This is not right. This is harassment. Y'all chase us down no matter what town we go to. Y'all chase us down no matter where we went to. Y'all cut my wife's hair off. Y'all caused my wife 32 miscarriages in the 4th-year span already. She can't have kids no more. We all went to a specialist. We talked to a specialist, and they pretty much said everything looked normal, but it ain't nothing they can do about it. Y'all messing my new wife up where she can't have kids no more. Man, why would y'all do that to us like that, man? We didn't do nothing wrong. We didn't do nothing to nobody. Why would y'all hurt us like that? And then y'all don't want to compensate us. This is not right. You know how government officials that was involved in this, y'all wasn't right for what y'all done to us. Y'all not right. I hope the law prevail and bring y'all to justice, like the legal officials. Y'all need to be brought to justice for what y'all did to my family and me. And for y'all guys threatening us, talking about y'all what y'all gonna do to us, I hope and pray that the good Lord show mercy on y'all soul. Because y'all need to keep in mind, we didn't do nothing wrong. We was an innocent family, and we was based on hate crime. And that's not right, and that's not fair. So like I said again, and like I said, we found out a lot of stuff about my new wife's adoption, so much more. And we come to find out that actually back in 2008, my wife, she was young, she was only 15 years old. She was actually kidnapped from her country. We found that out and everything. No one to get my wife sanctuary or nothing. That's why I said, man, this country have done a lot of damage to my family. My wife even can't get. My wife don't have no medical. She can't get no food stamps. She can't get nothing. They rob everything from her. And keep in mind, she was kidnapped. She was brought over here, and she was legalizing over here on this soil from our country. But now she can't get nothing now. So what this country's gonna do now, huh? And keep in mind, I'm not your born citizen of this country. Not your born citizen. And it's not right. It's not right that you do something like this to someone and getting away with it. It's not fair. It's not right. Because we didn't do nothing wrong. And then you threaten us about our first Constitution. The First Amendment in the Constitution rights. You gonna deny? You gonna threaten us with that? That's not right. That's not fair. It's so much stuff that went on in our life. I could go on and on through this video and talk about all the stuff we have been through. And I can get deeper and deeper and how deep you want to get. And I'm telling you, and some of the things will make some of you individuals upset and mad. It'll make you want to go step up to the government and say, hey, what's going on? Why y'all ain't doing nothing for this family? That's what I'm talking about. We have so much to talk about what we've been through and what happened to us. And that's what we don't understand. Why nobody don't want to do right by us. We hear people promise us things. We hear people talking about they're going to do this for us, do that for us, and all this stuff, and ain't nobody have carried out nothing. We have people reach out to higher government officials on our behalf. They'll tell them, oh, well, we saw we can't help them or whatever. Then some say, oh, yeah, we can help them. We can do this for them, and then shut the door in our face. It's not our fault that this government system hurt us. It's not right. We deserve to have fair justice and be compensated for what we've been through. I've seen many other peoples get compensated for all the stuff they have been through. Even though it was after us, a little bit before, way before us, they are getting compensated. Why we can't get compensated? For what? Because we're legal in the government system that was involved in it, along with other brotherhoods and stuff that was involved in it. That's why. Along with a bunch of agencies and a bunch more. And they even brought my job in the middle of it. But I no longer work there no more. So like I said again, for those that know me, y'all know that I will not say nothing like this unless it's real serious. I'm not here to cause problems for people. I'm just tired of my life being destroyed, my family life being destroyed. Where's our conversation? And then also I come to find out down the grapevine by legal reps, I found out that the state that I lived in, my great-great-grandfather, before he passed away in 1983, I was only 5 months old. He left me a big inheritance, and the state that I lived in knew about it. Instead of them, holding my inheritance till I got upper age, they let somebody steal my inheritance, and that was quite a lot of money. And they let him steal it. And not only that, he also left me like tons of money. But the state I lived in won't give it to me. It was my inheritance. But they won't give it to me at all. So like I said again, it's just on top of us being harassed and hurt the way we was, they still won't get my inheritance money neither. So like I said again, this is what I'm talking about. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of our life being destroyed. I'm tired of people robbing us and stealing from us and just doing whatever they want. Our children lost their childhood. In the video that I put on here, a little bit clips, very short, of our son, the aftermath of what happened to him when he was only 2 years old. Our oldest son, he was only 3, and like I said again, that's when they put their hands on babies, and they got away with it. They got away with it, and all programs and everybody was involved in it. Like I said, I'm not allowed to liberally say their names, but for security purposes. But it was a lot of government official agencies and bunch of businesses and much more was involved in this that was hurting us. And that's why I said we can't stay in Illinois no more. I'm sorry, we can't. We can't stay here no more. So, it ain't too much else I can say. Um, like I said again, we had people that reached out to the high government officials on our behalf. And like I said again, every time they shut the door in their faces. So like I said again, we don't know what else to do no more. We don't know who to turn to. Because like I said again, it's high government legal officials involved, along with brotherhoods. So, so we don't know what to do no more. You know, they always say not to be messing with brotherhoods and stuff like that. But the thing is, we never mess with no brotherhood. We never once mess with them. We never try to cause problems for them or nothing. We just don't understand why they picking on us for, and we never did nothing wrong to them. That's not fair to us. We never did nothing wrong. We never crossed their path. So why everybody picking on us for? Why do 4 other countries have to come over here and pick on us on their soil? Why they had to come over here and pick on us? We didn't do nothing wrong. So to the leaders of them other 4 countries, you know who you are. Why did your country have to come over here on this soil and pick on us and do us wrong? That's not fair and that's not right. That's why I feel like our story should be heard for what it really is. Time for the whole world to know about our story. We already been slashed on social media and no one apologized to us. People threatened to kill us and everything. And there was false allegations. But it's all right. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. He will make us through this, despite of how it turns out. But just know one thing. When we pray for our family, we're going to pray for everyone. We're going to pray for America. Because we all need some prayer. God bless you all. Just understand that we're still going through it. Even though we're going through it, we're still fighting strong. Even though we're homeless and everything, but we still fight strong. And we're leaving it in the Lord's hand. We ain't trying to hold no grudges on anything. We're going to leave it in the Lord's hand. We're going to keep on moving forward. So God bless you all. And y'all have a blessed evening. And whatever your time zone is around the world. Well, it's just like I said again, we're just tired. We're tired of our life being destroyed. We never had a normal life yet. We have not had a normal life yet to be a family. We was robbed out of that. And if this, the only thing, these are the only 2 children we're going to have, that God will let us have, then we're going to cherish every moment. If he does decide to let us have another child, that'll be a blessing. But, you know what? We just got to live with life. And just accept it. United States destroyed our life. We just got to accept it. United States destroyed our life. God bless. God bless you all.